Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another Strong Qigong here in North Florida. It's winter, so we'll be down here for the next 6 months or so. And you get to enjoy this one today. We started out with a classic known as silk reeling, and we call that one wax on. We also did the playing the Peep move, as well as the Rooster stands on one leg. As always, we started out with our meditation we call Sharpening the Mind on the Stone of the Breath. And we did our visualization, blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the cauldron of the body, and the cauldron of the heart. As always, we appreciate when you show up for these. By all means, be sure to hit the like button, the notification bell. You know the routine. And come back again and again. Join us this winter in North Florida for more Strong Qigong. Let's begin as always with our deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. Make them long, make them deep, make them silent, and extend every exhale. As we know, it's like we've got this beautiful samurai sword, which is our mind, and we want to sharpen it. So if our eyes are closed and we're breathing with extended exhales at the bottom of every breath cycle, we notice that if we puff more air out, a deeper inhale ensues. And we try to inhale through our nose and exhale from our mouth, and that's an old martial arts technique because we can purse our lips like blowing through a straw. And when we exhale with pursed lips, we can control and lengthen that exhale. So focus on that with your mind, and if you want to, you can use this visualization, eyes closed or soft gaze, whichever you prefer. Imagine that sword as something that you care for, and you've been entrusted with it, and you are going to sharpen it. And so to do so with every inhale, you slowly drag that blade across the stone, paying attention to its edge as you draw your breath in and draw the blade towards you. When you get to the end of the stroke, you turn the blade over, you exhale and push the blade from you. And you continue this manner, inhaling, drawing the blade across the stone towards you, focusing on its edge, exhaling, pushing the blade from you, staying focused on that edge. And as you do so, begin to focus on the flipping of the blade. At the end of the breath cycle, you flip and you draw to you. Then you flip and you push from you. As you turn the blade from side to side, focusing on that infinitesimal moment where the out-breath becomes in-breath and the in-breath becomes out-breath, we know that in Strong Qigong as sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath. So continue that breath, continue to focus on long, slow, deep, silent breaths, deep and slow, quiet and even. In through the nose and out from the mouth, in through the belly and out from the chest, in through the heart and out from the mind. Continue to extend every exhale and sharpen your mind on the stone of the breath. After a few more of these, when you feel comfortable doing so, you might invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. Let's begin with some warm-ups. We'll begin with what we call the yoga neck roll to get ourselves calibrated, our inner ear and our diaphragm. Moving in unison, we take a deep breath in, the head floats like a balloon on a string. We purse lips and we let air out of the balloon as if blowing through a straw, chin down to chest. When we inhale again, we inhale one ear past one shoulder. We exhale, chin across chest, inhale, opposite ear past opposite shoulder. Exhale, chin across chest, inhale, ear past shoulder. We go from side to side in this manner, breathing deeply, slowly, quietly, and evenly. We call this the yoga neck roll. It calibrates our breath with our movement, our diaphragm with our inner ear, a portion of the cerebral cortex, a hidden portion called the insula, especially the anterior insula, and it's where we calibrate proprioception, interoception, and kinesthesia. So everything moving in unison, breathing deeply, slowly, quietly, and evenly. Beautifully done. Now on your next exhale, you can pause at the bottom, inhale your chin back upright. As we work into our shoulder girdles, the upper respiratory sinus, you begin to inhale and loop shoulder blades forward and upward. You bring them around back, you squeeze them downward and backward, and you continue in this manner, calibrating your breath with your movement. Make emphasis to squeeze the shoulder blades together on the way down. You're wringing out an area known as the Dajue point. The ancient Asian literature tells us it's an energy center, and if you've ever experienced tightness or soreness in that area, that's considered blocked chi. So chi energy that needs to be moved along, and this is an excellent way to do so. Now you can begin to cross wrists with gentle fists as I'm doing and bring the elbows in. Big looping elbow strikes backward like so. Continue with your breath. Inhale, draw back, exhale, squeeze down. And then when your hands cross again at the bottom, you can open your palms up, and begin making big circles with the arms. If you feel comfortable doing so, you can even raise your chest and eyes towards the sky as you inhale. Really get a big, deep breath in. Exhale down. You'll notice I'm rising and falling a little bit. I can't help but keep my knees from getting involved as well. So if you want to let your knees soften as you drop and float as you rise, do so. Then bring it back to your elbows. Just go back to those elbow strikes with gentle fists. Well done. And then when you feel ready, you can go right back into the shoulder rolls where you began. Just looping backwards as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze downward. Well done. Upper respiratory sinus, looking good. We'll now relax our shoulders and turn towards one hand and begin to scoop and toss behind us from side to side. So scooping with palm up and tossing with palm down. If you feel like calibrating your breath, you can. You can inhale palm up, you can exhale palm down behind you. We call this windmills, and we follow a similar pattern. Now we begin to throw elbow strikes behind us, and it's a body movement, so feel free to turn your trunk and shift your weight from side to side. Beautifully done. And then we go into individual shoulder rolls, so those big looping shoulders one at a time from side to side. Looping the shoulders. And then we drop our hands down and we notice that we're turning our trunk and shifting our weight, which puts us perfectly into the rhythm of the ragdoll. So simply begin to let your arms flail from one side to the other as you turn trunk and shift weight. Beautifully done. We're working our way down the respiratory sinus. We're working our way into the lower portion of the body. Before we do, we use the beauty of the pellet drum. This momentum carries your hands and you begin to slap or tap the top of the opposite shoulder and the low back with the back of the other hand. Beautifully done. And after the top of the shoulder, you work your way to the top of the chest. Up by your collarbone, somewhere safe to give yourself a slap or tap. And after you've worked the top of the chest, go to the bottom of the rib cage, those floating magic ribs we use that squeezes out that last little bit of air when we're breathing deeply. And then down into the hips. Working our way down to the lower half of the trunk, the lower part of the body. You can invite your hands now to float towards your hips and begin the big looping hula hoops we call stirring the bowl. Make them as big as you feel comfortable doing so. Take long, slow, deep, silent breaths, deep and slow, quiet and even. After you've gone in one direction, in strong Qigong, we always unwind what we've wound. So when you feel comfortable doing so, simply pause, loop in the opposite direction. Stir the bowl like the bell of a wine glass with a little bit of wine left in the bottom, and loosen up that whole lumbo-pelvic hip complex. Beautifully done. Now, as we work down into the upper thighs and the lumbo-pelvic hip complex deeper, we settle into the middle. So our center of gravity is within our base of support, and then we step out a little wider so that we can bob a little bit, just like on an old Western movie. This is horse riding stance for a classic we love known as the Great Bear Swings from side to side. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we turn our trunk, we drop down. As we inhale, we turn our trunk, rise and pause, and exhale, turn trunk, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause. You can rest your hands on your thighs as you go from side to side. With deep, slow, quiet, even breaths, long and slow, deep and silent, you continue in this manner. The Great Bear swings from side to side. And on your next exhale, pause at the bottom. Inhale your trunk upright. Before we leave horse stance, let's shift weight on a figure 8. Rocking our little boat on our moonlit night on our intracoastal waterway in beautiful St. Augustine, from side to side. Beautifully done. Round the corner, each direction change. Feel that swivel in the hips. Notice your trunk remains upright. Beautifully done. Now you can settle into the middle. Bring your feet back to your center stance. Shift weight to one foot, raise the opposite heel. Do some loops with the knee. Any direction is fine because we're gonna unwind what we've wound, so you can pause and loop in the opposite direction. Envision draining all this warm-up chi energy down through the toe into the ground. Then take weight through this foot, raise the heel, do the same thing. This is a classic warm-up and one of the visualizations I've heard before and been told. Pause and then loop in the opposite direction. We're ready to settle back into our base of support. All that's left is our wrists, hands, and forearms. Remember our Lao Gong points. We make gentle fists, we raise all the fingers except the middle one, and where those middle fingers meet our palms is called our Lao Gong points in ancient Asian literature. So in respect and deference, we do our best to use these Lao Gong points for our wellness and well-being. We take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, our palms, our Lao Gong points melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale and they float up, and we breathe between the middle dantenne and the lower dantenne. Inhaling, palms rise. Exhaling, palms fall. And if you feel naturally like your knees want to float and melt with your breath and your hands, do it. It's kind of a whole body movement. This is called Qigong breathing, and we use it in preparation for all that follows. We use it in preparation for this visualization. So if you can do so with eyes closed, you might invite your eyes to close and visualize what we know lovingly as cleansing the inner body. With inhaling, we imagine a glowing mist forming in the core of the earth, rising through the soles of our feet, through the trillions of cells of our inner body to collect in our upper dantenne. When we go to exhale, our palms melt down. So with every inhale, a glowing mist rises. With every exhale, that mist collects in our upper dantenne, forms a cloud, and it washes down a glowing rain through the trillions of cells of our inner body, through the soles of the feet. Beautifully done, rising and falling with every breath. Washing the inner body, this is called cleansing the inner body, and it prepares for all that follows. So on your next inhale, when your hands rise again, pause at heart height in a hugging stance. This stance is known lovingly as stand like tree. It's our meditative pose from the ancient Asian literature, and we take inventory of our alignment at the beginning and end. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. Now, between them, our spine gently stretches in each direction with every breath. This is known as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. And with soft knees and soft belly, our three energy centers rest peacefully on one another, as if we went into the woods and we carefully selected, gathered, balanced, and stacked three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And again, with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see the dance in our mind's eye of our warm-ups, from the yoga neck roll through the shoulder rolls, through the constant bear we call, or the pellet drum, through stirring the bowl and the great bear swings. We see it and feel it. In our mind's eye and our upper dantenne, we enjoy the show as our hands begin a slow journey downward. Thumbs crossing over the belly button, folded fingers warming on the cauldron of the body below. And through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if we're blowing through a straw, we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body. And as we do, we delight in the growing, glowing light as the embers respond and grow brighter and brighter with each extended exhale. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw that light upward and outward. We begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the cauldron of compassion and emotion. Blow on the embers of both cauldrons, filling the inner galaxy with light, spilling beyond our inner galaxy of the trillions of cells and bathing the space between us with light, warm, silken chi energy. May your body be strong, and may your heart be calm. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it as you invite your hands to slowly melt to your side, and only invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. Let's step into the center of our little boat. So the hand on this side of your room or screen can float before your heart in a gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. When we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, as we exhale, our hands melt down. And when we inhale again, we inhale them up overhead till they're an inch apart, and very slowly, very deliberately exhale down our center line, centering our chi where we begin and end. We do another one. This time we bring our palms together as the Shaolin do. We exhale only as far as the middle dantenne, where we left off in our visualization. When we inhale, elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, our hands melt down. We're ready now. Let's step out into our little boat on our moonlit night on our intercoastal waterway. And inhale our palms up till they're in about an inch apart. And then exhale down so our knees and hands follow our breath. We float with every inhale. We melt with every exhale, and we know this lovingly as sinking the chi. It's where we calibrate how high we reach and how low we go. So as you do this, pay attention to those three smooth river rocks that you carefully selected, balanced, and stacked on life's river's edge. Keep that upright, the three dantien, as you rise and fall. Now, the next time your hands drop, I want you to place them on each hip. This is called the kwa, where the fingers wind up. And the hand on this side of your room or screen starts to cross your field of vision. Then you loop back and you do it again. You simply follow it across and notice your shift in weight. Notice your turn in trunk. In a moment, we're going to get the other hand involved, moving in the other direction. So when you feel comfortable doing so, simply engage the other hand and have them move from side to side. Again, crossing your field of vision. Focus on the leading edge of your hand as it passes beyond you. This is what my teacher taught me, David Dorian Ross, that you focus your eyes on the leading edge of your hand, that infinitesimal point. This is a form of silk reeling. We like to call it wax on in Strong Qigong. Obviously, we have a wax off version too. We're going to stick with wax on today. And it's in gratitude and deference to the old Karate Kid story of wax on, wax off. So again, watch the hand float past your field of vision. Beautifully done. Now in a moment, we're going to go into an old classic, an old favorite of ours, known as playing Peep. And we'll go to one foot, and then we'll return to silk reel, and then we'll set ourselves up for the other foot. So you could call it east and west, but don't get hung up on labels. In a moment, we'll count down. So on 3, we'll watch the turn of our trunk. On 2, we'll watch the shift in our weight. And on 1, we'll ready ourselves. And then we will go into play Peepaw. Heel down, toe up, opposite hand between. This is playing Peepaw. I'll turn a little sideways so you can see it a little better. Now, resume your silk reeling. Go right back into wax on. Beautifully done. Follow the rhythm. Notice your turn in trunk. Notice your shift in weight. And ready yourself to do it to the opposite side. We'll count down as we did before. So, 3, we'll notice our turn in trunk. 2, we'll notice our shift in weight. 1, we'll ready ourselves and play Peepaw. Opposite side, heel down, toe up, like so. Like I say, I'll pivot a little bit so you can see it. Beautifully done. So this is an empty stance. Our weight is almost all on the back foot, just a light pressure on the heel on the front foot. When you're ready, resume your silk reel. Back into your silk reel. Beautifully done. Eyes follow hands, hands follow breath, breath follows mind. Now that's an empty stance. That's called empty stance as it was taught to me. Now we're going to go into a single stance that works very well with wax on silk reeling. We know lovingly in Strong Qigong as Rooster stands on one leg. As we lead, we almost get right into the stance. All we have to do is drag that one foot up and pause for a moment. And then we resume our silk reel. So 3, follow the turn in trunk. 2, follow the shift in weight. 1, ready yourselves. And the rooster stands on one leg. Beautifully done. Resume your silk reel. Well done. So silk reeling becomes this entry point, an exit point for these different moves. In a moment, we'll do the opposite side, east and west, as we like to say. Using our countdown, 3, follow the turn in trunk. 2, follow the shift in weight. 1, ready yourself, and the rooster stands on one leg. Well done. Resume your silk reel. Now, we always like to explore different stances. We started with wax on in our center stance. We went to play Peep in the empty stance. We then went to Rooster stands and the single leg stance. Now we'll just explore horse stance. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you again to count down with me. 3, follow your turn. 2, follow your shift. 1, ready yourselves and step out into horse stance and continue your silk reel. Notice the freedom of your movement. How much more ground you can cover. Now here's a little wrinkle. Begin to shift weight on a figure 8. See if you can round that corner in that direction change. Beautifully done. Now we'll return to our center stance by counting down again. 3, we'll follow our turn. 2, we'll follow our shift. 1, we'll ready ourselves and return to your center stance. Continue to silk reel. Beautifully done. When your hands move across, begin to make small circles now. Make them smaller and smaller until they drop down into the lower dantenne, a little at a time. Once they get to the smallest circles yet and are almost resting in your lap, find your alignment. Sink your chi. Rise with the breath. Fall with the breath. Beautifully done. Float and melt. Now, when your hands drop again, inhale them up in front of you to heart height and spread them wide. Beautifully done. Now, inhale them towards your heart and melt down. Then exhale, push and rise. And let's continue that a couple more times. That's how we'll land this plane. This is an old classic from Strong Qigong. This is known as cleansing the heart. And it's a great way to put us in our final meditative pose. So if you feel comfortable doing so, you can join me now to find your alignment with eyes closed and stand light tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. Between them, our spine gently stretches in each direction with every breath. This is the string of pearls. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging that long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak on the mountaintop in the Blue Ridge. Our 3 energy centers rest peacefully on one another as if we carefully selected, gathered, balanced, and stacked 3 smooth river rocks, life's river's edge. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see the dance in the mind's eye of the silk reeling with wax on, playing Peep with a silk reel, and the Rooster stands with a silk reel, and wax on in horse stance, and cleansing the heart. See it and feel it through us. And if our eyes are closed, we enjoy this inner show as our hands take the final journey downward, the thumbs crossing over our belly button, the folded fingers warming on the cauldron of our body. Through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. As we do, we delight in the growing, glowing light with each extended exhale. With each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward. And we finally get a chance in gratitude to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the home of our mind's eye center. the home of our visualization, our imagination, our concentration, and our meditation. We blow on the embers of all three cauldron, and we enjoy the brightest light yet. It spills beyond our inner galaxy, it bathes the space between us. It spills beyond the space between us, it bathes the world around us. It spills beyond the world around us, and it bathes life itself with light, warm, silken, chi energy. May your body stay strong, and may your heart stay calm. May your mind stay sharp. May your spirit stay free. Yi Dao, Qi Dao means where the mind goes, the Qi follows. Where the intention goes, the energy flows. So choose peacefully, choose wisely. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as the hands melt to the side one final time, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step back into the center of our little boat. We inhale our hands up overhead till they're an inch apart. Slowly and deliberately exhale down our center line, centering our chi one final time as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side of the room or screen can make the gentle fist. The hand on this side can cover it together. We take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another. You give yourselves a much earned, much deserved round of applause from my home in St. Augustine, Florida. Bless you all.